Hello my friends, I am Hondo, and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD Season 4, the Express Only Challenge. We are picking up right where we left off last episode. We had just put in the shorting port to St. Terburg train, and as well as leaving ourselves some paths to go up to Brynpool later. So just as a quick recap of last session, because we hadn't done anything with boats yet, because they had just become unlocked, I went ahead and filled in all 11 cities on this enormous lake. And again, if you want to see the lake have a specific name or to have it named after you, just leave me a comment. First one in wins. Anyway, I put in the docks for all 11 of those cities, and they basically just go in a giant clockwise pattern. So yes, it's a little inconvenient if you, say, want to go from St. Cuhal to Old Prelo. You would have to go around the entire lake and back, because they all only go one way, but so lovey. Anyway, and then, like I said, we started on the rails, and as you can see, I've left myself notes where we're going to get them all connected back, all the way back to where we live. So that's where we are. So today we're just picking right back up, and we're going to start by connecting Brynpool to Shorting Port. So welcome aboard. Alright, now it looks like I have cut myself off a little bit here. This ore factory is going to be a little bit in the way, but we can work with that. First of all, what I want to do is set up the station for Brynpool. And I probably want it on this side because I then am moving over to Fawn Grove, so I probably want to put it on the south end of the city here. Seems to make the most sense, so let's do that. And I'll have to leave room for a bridge over this road as well. So somewhere around there, I guess. Somewhere is not flat. Okay. I guess the alternate, I'll put it back here and then just carve the rail sideways. I guess that could work too. Let's just do that maybe. Get a bit more coverage that way. I think we can go right there. And I think that leaves just enough room if I've done this right. Yes, I have. Glorious. It's a nasty thing, but we can get out. If the city wants to expand for some reason all the way out here, they can always just build a bridge over those. Although I doubt they'll go that far for a long, long time. But anyway. So we just need to now cut right underneath the side of this. There we go. And on this side, I already left myself some room, so it's nowhere near as big a deal. I can just run these right parallel, no problem at all. Close. Very close. Not bad. Okay, so that gets them to there. And then we just need to run these up. They're not quite lined up, but they're close. They are pretty close. I'm going to deliberately leave a gap here for any, for putting in a depot. So I think that will be helpful. Go to there. It's always so hard for me to line these up by eye. I think I have some kind of deficiency with spatial recognition or something. I was trying to be fancy. Short version is I'm nearly blind, so... But anyway, let's put in our one way so we know what's going on. Obviously, as they are coming in, they are one way and one way. I'll worry about that side in a minute. Okay, so where, oh where, do we want... Oh, I should put our one-ways in here as well. So where do we want the depot exactly, and how do we access it? So basically, one side's coming up, the other side's coming down. So one or the other of them is going to have... Well, they're really going to have to make a sharp turn regardless. So I guess it doesn't really matter where we put it. It's going to be a very sharp turn. if I've done this right, when it looks like I might have, I should have just enough room to connect it. There. Okay, so just to make sure everyone's clear, that's the one-way coming inbound. This is the one-way going outbound. We want a signal here. Probably. This can actually also be our turnaround spot, so we definitely do want a multi-direction signal here. So if there's a train coming out of the depot while one happens to be coming across, they won't interfere with each other. Okay, good. So that's, I mean, it's certainly a long, long way to go to turnaround, but it does do the job. It probably would, in fact, be better to have a shorter turnaround point back here if they don't need the depot, because that is an awful long way to go, and that's taken care of by this, I guess, anyway, so that's fine. I guess I also could have just used this depot instead of building all this in anyway. So that was a bit silly of me. Okay, yeah, so we're not going to do that. Quick moment of pause here while we just go right back to where we were. Mine is doing all that. So hey, we're back. So I'll just rebuild those rails, and this time I'll just have them use this depot that I already built. I don't know why I thought I needed a second one, but apparently I thought I needed a second one, so who knows? Strange, strange, strange. So not a good start today, having already mixed something up. Yeah. So there's no reason those can't just be side to side connected. Since we know they don't need to worry about turnarounds, because that's already done. Okay. And up here at Brimpool, we decided that was going to be somewhere over here. I think we decided right there, it looks like, is probably where I picked, because then that... No, I did not put it in the right spot. Poop. Poopy, poopy, poopy. Well, like I say, I can't imagine them actually building out this far anyway, so... Well, now they can't. Qui sera, sera, right? Anyway. Now these can just basically be long straight shots, because they have a depot on the other end, so they don't need a second one here. What I'll do though is I will make the maintenance forced. That way, if for example, the one is going back and forth here, let's say it just left here, it wasn't marked for maintenance yet, but maintenance is, by the time it gets to here, it has just crossed it. This way it doesn't have to go all the way there and back before it does it. It'll have just already done it. It means it'll be doing it early most of the time, but that's not a big deal. Now I will need some kind of turnaround here. And while I'm at it, I may as well put in the station here, just at least as a placeholder. Not sure where it's going to go over here. Yeah, so maybe along this side over here, which means it definitely will need some extra help. We can do that. Let's just get all these guys set up. And that way we have some idea of where we're going to get all the connections going. Well, it's flat, but I'll never get out of there, so that's not going to work. What if I do it this way? Leave myself space to build a little bridge. And I think that could work. I mean, it kind of sucks. You know, why am I building a bridge? Why don't I just make them pay for it? There. Now they have to build a bridge, not me. Awesome. So this will be an immediate hard turn, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it's okay. This will be a long straight shot. Oh, I almost lined it up. In fact, I think I did. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, that actually worked. I'm so impressed. Kind of surprised too, to be honest, but quite impressed. Yeah, let's just build all the rail first, then we'll go back and put in the depots and turnarounds and all that. Let's just get the actual routes started first. Now this little hill here is going to be a problem, so maybe I want to just come around from this side. Can I just flatten you nicely? Sure. Oh, I guess I didn't even need to. It's further back. Never mind. Never mind. So that is the... Yep, the one on that side. I was about to say the one on the top, but that's not really a meaningful way of describing them since they turn. Oh, let's not have this hill here for no reason. I'd much rather just pay for landscaping rather than having to either build a tunnel or have the train slow down there. In fact, why don't I do the same thing here? There's no reason to have the train slow down just for that. That's better. Okay. It's a couple extra bucks at the offset, but I think it's worth it. Okay. So that's you sorted. Now, we have to actually decide whether I am going to do this one by train or just by airplane. I'm starting to think it's going to be by air. It's a bit long for a train. It's a bit short for a plane, but a bit long for a train, so I think we'll just use this opportunity to have these guys turning around. And that will be fine. Okay. And let's set our signals to one-ways. So that's one way going that way. Perfect. Okay. And just so there's no doubts on anyone's mind. There. So that takes care of the end for Chuntminster. And before I forget, I am going to change my sign here, so I don't forget later that I did decide it's an air route. Glorious. Okay. So that's the rails all set up. Now we need to put in the depots along the way and start actually building the trains. But let's build all the depots and turnarounds first. So this one from here to here already has a depot, but it does need a turnaround point over here on the Bryn Pool side. So I think I'm going to have to make a kind of a messy one. Yeah, it's going to have to be a little bit messy, but not too bad. Shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. And we just bridge across here. And if all goes well, do I really want to destroy more of their roads? Sure I do. Okay, no I don't. I guess that answers that question. I guess you will join up one square sooner. It does mean an extra turn, well, 2 turns really, which is a little unfortunate, but that's okay. Alright, so one way going this way, and one way going this way. And then we need signals here to protect these actual adjoining parts. And we need a signal here for it to decide which way to go. I think you do in Train Fever, so I'm assuming you need them here too. Maybe you don't, I don't know. But either way, we'll have them, so then it won't matter. Okay, so there's the turnaround for Brynpool. They had a depot already, it was down here, so that part's fine. So next will be Brynpool to Fawn Grove. It needs a turnaround on both sides as well as a depot. Because I can't ask it to come all the way down and back there to turn around, so we need something for it to turn around somewhere around here. And we can do that. I could do it easier if I could see. Again, it's not pretty, but it will work. We might as well have these connect directly. Save ourselves a little bit of hassle. Sorry about that. I've recorded this episode and the last one at pretty much the same time, like one right after the other. And as I mentioned in the last episode, I am fighting a bit of a throat cold, so apologies if my voice sounds a bit worse than usual. Alright, so one way that, one way that. Protect that join. And if I can, this one. Excellent. And have a decision pole there. Forcing it to continue one way as expected. Okay, so that lets this train turn around at Brynpool. Now it needs a depot and a spot to turn around here. I'm going to kind of combine the two of those and give them a depot, which is also a turnaround. It's going to be so clever, or something. I do want to make sure this is all flat, though. Which it doesn't look like it is, but anyway. Okay. This does need to be flat. Poop. Okay. So this is not a good spot to be doing this. Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll just do it a bit further down, I guess. I kind of want it as close to here as possible, but... well, maybe. Maybe I can do it. If I get even one square closer, will that do? Maybe that will be enough. Will that be enough? It's going to be close. It's going to be close. But I think I can... that's not the right button. That would be the right button. So the problem is here. This part here is higher. Is it? Okay, yeah, this part back here is higher. That's why it says -50. So I need to either raise this side or lower this side. So I think I'll just raise this side over here. I think that'll be easier. Did I do that right? No. Okay. How did I screw that up? Yes, this side's still higher than you are there. Now it should be level. Right? Yes. So that means I can now place a bridge. It means it's a little bit longer, but that's fine. Okay, so that is coming back. Protect that intersection. Glorious. Okay. need some method of getting something from here down to here. That should not be a real big deal. Or at least it wouldn't be if this land were flatter. Okay, I can see you're going to be a problem. So thank you for that. So we will just kind of cheat it a little bit. No, we won't. That's worse. How is that worse? So that now is... Well, that is flat. Okay, that really looked like a hill to me. Okay. So be it. So, let's get rid of this and start flattening our way over. So this is still a bit of a mess, but I think this will work. Okay. So it's a whole lot longer than it probably needed to be, and I'm sure there were better ways of doing this. I have no doubt of that whatsoever. But this will work. And that is sufficient. Right, so you are... Problem being I can't really place signals. For here. So I have to trust that this signal and this signal are close enough to make sure there's no bumping in this square here. So that's a little bit concerning, but I think it should be okay. Okay, so that will help you decide which way you're going. You'll always be going that way regardless. Glorious. Okay. Now I will move this back a little bit just in case we get trains waiting. I don't want them to block the intersection. Okay, so that's a depot and turnaround points for the Fawn Grove Burnpool side. It's also the depot for the Fawn Grove Chuntminster side. That's got its turnaround. So the last thing we need in terms of tracks is a turnaround on this side for ones coming into Fawn Grove from over here. Glorious. We can do that. We're getting good at this. Yeah, except for these silly little hills, which I think I'm going to just get rid of, if I can. Oh, I probably can't. This whole bit's uneven. Alright. And I don't really want to put the brake right here, because then I cannot put a signal on it. So I think we'll have to just do it a little bit further down. Not ideal, but we will make it work. We will make it work. Because we are clever. And I think it'll be easier if I just run that parallel and join it back up here. Nope, that's the station. Never. I was going to say I was trying to avoid dealing with the hill here, but apparently I have to in fact deal with that hill. Because that's at the station. Good call, game. You figured that out better than I did. Right. So... Right. And then you won't go nicely unless you're over, say, here. Okay, so that's a mess, but that does work. As awful as that may be, that does work. Okay, so one way there, deciding which way it goes. Obviously that stays one way, that stays one way. Coming back over here, you're one way and you're one way to come into the station. And that also helps govern the flow of traffic. Okay. I think that should do it. Now we just need to set up the actual trains. Awesome. So that one was done. So next, and this is why I leave the signs up until I've actually got them done. That way I know they still need to be done. Because as I've said many, many, many times, my memory sucks. Anyway. So that will be passenger 3, mail 1. At some point I may fiddle with the ratios, but for now 3 to 1 seems to be going good enough. So we'll go with that. Get rid of that. So you are the Brynpool shorting port multi. And your route shall be fixed maintenance here because it's a bit far. To Brynpool, to shorting port, and then back into maintenance on your way as you go. So I'm not going to make that optional. I do want them to always be doing maintenance. We will leave that as green to go, and I'll just leave that there so we have something to watch once I get them all done. So this one is done. Excellent. Now for Brynpool to Fond Grove, we have the depot here. So again, you know what? I'm going to try something. I think I can just... I'm just going to get rid of this for a second. I think I can just clone that existing train. Yes, I can. I mean, it's going to have to redo the name, but I had to do that anyway, so that doesn't matter. That saved me a whole lot of clicking. Excellent. So you are Fond Grove Brynpool, and your route shall be... Okay, so probably didn't save that much by the time I then fixed the consist, but... Or, excuse me, the routing, but oh well. It was worth a try. I try to be more efficient when I can. It doesn't always work. So again, because this is all of not super long, but long enough, I'm going to make the maintenance a requirement. So again, we'll have something there we can watch. Excellent. That is that one. Done. And last we have this one here, the Chuntminster Fond Grove. Okay. Beautiful. Chuntminster Fond Grove. Excellent. Now I know why that looks weird. One brief moment, please. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, that, and for some reason the size of the window is a little bit different, but whatever. Anyway, won't worry about that. We won't worry about such silly things. So, you are going from there to Chuntminster to Fond Grove, and again, we will keep you forced. And that's the one I will personally focus on, but I'll leave all three of these windows up, so whichever one you want to watch, you can watch. Let's go. Oh, I see a little bit of a difficulty here. In order to go from here over to here, it actually has to go and use this turnaround. I should have an option coming this way. So I should definitely do that. It's going to be somewhat tricky, but I think we can make this work. Yeah. Well, it's probably too late for this one. I have to let this one go, but I'd like to fix that for the next train. But this hill is going to be a big problem, I can see. That's better. Okay. And some signal one way there, and there, which guards that intersection. And here to make the decision. Oh, I can't put one there, it's too close now. Poop. Alright, we'll have to make the decision back here then. That's fine. But this at least makes more sense, because now one leaving here, like this one, can go, instead of coming up like it's going to do now, where it goes all the way down here through Fawn Grove and uses this turnaround in order to get over there, it can now, when it comes out, just cut straight across and be on its way much faster. So, that's a lot better. I should check the other ones to see if there's something similar. I'll do that in a minute. I just want to make sure that this one gets going. Yes, thank you. It certainly looks good so far. Okay, excellent. Whoops. Okay, a couple things. That's a problem. And there's a new tram. Let's go check the tram real quick, because that'll be an easy decision on whether we're replacing or not. Oh, it's the passenger tram, not the... Was it? Oh, for some reason it has a different engine ID. Yeah, I put it up here instead, down there. I was trying to figure out where it went. Anyway, that is us. That's the Ballo. So it's faster, carries twice as many people, it costs a whole lot more. But I'm not overly worried about the cost as long as it's good and efficient. And like I say, it holds just basically double the people. And it's one short close enough. And it's faster. So we are going to replace those. I think, though, I might set this to replace them slowly instead of doing them immediately, just because with that enormous cost, I don't really need to rush that. It is something I want to do an upgrade of, but it's not critical that it happens quickly. Okay, now let's come back over here and figure out what's happening here. You are waiting. Okay, so I just need a bit more places where they can stop and wait. So it'll be more efficient. Okay. So that's not really a problem. Just because it's a kind of a long route, so it needs a... It's better if it has a few short hops rather than one long one. Okay, so that part looks fine. Now down here, yes, I do have that same problem, where one coming from the depot, so the shorting port Brynpool one, this one, I am telling it to go from the depot to Brynpool, so yes, it has the same problem right now where it has to exit here and go back through shorting port and then all the way over there to turn around, which is terrible because it has no way to get out of this depot and straight onto its line. So let's fix that immediately so that the next time it runs, it will be better. There. Okay. And some signals for safety. Safety is good. So this thing here will be now instead of just being the protector of this line, it'll also be the decision maker. And these are now protected to rejoin. So on the next time it passes, which will probably be quite a while, but the next time it passes, it will be much nicer. So right now, yeah, it had to go all the way to St. Terburg to turn around, and that's terrible. Should not have to do that. That is just a total waste of time. Basically, it had to do 2 routes to do its 1 route. Terrible. So we fixed it. Okay. And now we can actually start. On the upside, this station is being used by another train, so it has stuff to go with. Hey, a new plane. Let's go have a look at that real quick. Okay, same speed. Slightly more capacity, slightly more expensive, that's fine. Yeah, so that's fine. So, speed doesn't change, but the capacity is improved. I don't mind the extra cost, because planes make lots of money. Now, because the reliability is terrible, that might be a bit of a problem, but that will go up because it's just a demo model right now. Once it's had a year or two in production, that'll be totally fine. So, yeah, we'll absolutely upgrade that right away. Awesome. Okay, now you're finally loading. And now you can come here to the turnaround. Excellent. Oh, wow. Pop-ups galore. Apparently the early to mid-30s were awesome. So that's a new train engine. Okay, so it weighs a whole lot more. That's not so good. But it is twice as fast, and it's got enough power to compensate for that weight. Costs twice as much, but it goes twice as fast, so that makes the decision automatic for me. Yes, please. So that, in fact, gives us two things to watch in this. First, I want to make sure it's profitable, and second, we can watch it pull in and upgrade, which will be cool too. So right now you see it struggles its way up to 64. I'd much rather see it struggle its way to 112. And we're sluggish because we're auto-saving. That's fine. Thank you. Part of the problem as well is I never did a turnaround here. So I want to fix that immediately too, because that's going to obviously have implications for the train that we're actually watching right now. So let's fix that before we get too otherwise involved. Yes, it would be easier if I could see. That does usually help. I was thinking I had missed something, but I couldn't put my finger on what it was. That would be what it was. Okay, and appropriate one-way signal there, and there, and there, and there for safety, and that should do it. Okay. So now that very train we're watching, that just broke down on us, which is not cool. We'll have a much faster trip, because now it does not have to go all the way over to St. Trebry again. It can in fact turn around just behind Shortingport, which is the way it should be. First, ka-ching, plenty of money. Wow, okay. This is clearly a stop. Yeah, let's put in some road here. We're not actually going to really service them, but let's just put in... Let's not put that in. They are very angry with me. Okay. Never mind. This will just have to be a very poor station until they start to like me enough to let me do that. Which is unfortunate, but c'est la vie. Anyway, we'll pop in here, get upgraded. Plink. And now we'll watch this thing no longer struggle its way to 64. But power its way... Actually, it doesn't even really struggle. It gets up to speed pretty fast. Up to 112. That is awesome. Rinpool is already a pretty busy stop. So I don't really need... Well, I think I'll put them in anyway. I don't think I really need them, but I'll put them in anyway. Question is where? Maybe here? Okay, no I won't. Never mind. Apparently they get angry when you carve away, you know, one entire side of their potential growth. I did it for you guys. Oh, I did it for money. I did it for you guys, though. Standard politician. Okay, things are looking good here. These trains are making good bucks. They're all working, as far as I can tell. They're working properly. Easiest thing I'm going to do is a quick check from each side. There's a turnaround on that side. And on this side. On this side and this side. Basically everyone except the end spot should have 2. This terminal 1 obviously only needs 1. Okay. Awesome. Next step. Well, sorry. Very next step is to get rid of my sign, because I did that. Next step is my air route. The problem being I'm not sure they're going to let me build the airport right now. Because they might still be mad at me. Oh no, this side's happy. I guess I didn't damage them quite bad enough for them to get really upset. Alright, so let's just put this kind of anywhere, really. No, it's not close enough to be part of Chuntminster South. How close does this have to be? Or is it trying to connect it to this side, maybe? Oh, there's buildings there. Yeah, I really didn't want it this close. Why are you not letting me build this anywhere remotely near there? Like, I should theoretically be able to put it... Yeah, it's not letting me join the station. Since when can I not join that station? This is strange. This is very strange. Okay. Alright, small. Yes. Just for funsies. Well, yeah, I can't even use that as a quick test, because they hate me. But these people don't hate me, so theoretically they should. Okay, I think it's taking them off the road ones as where the point of entry is. Which means I'd have to put it down here, and that means there's no chance of ever expanding it. Unless I go there. And when I say expand, because later on we get bigger airports. So I think I want to, before we get too involved, is to buy out... I generally do 3 extra squares. I'm not sure if that's enough or not, because it's been a long time since I've deliberately done this way. But that at least gives me... I may not be able to build the biggest airport here, but I'll definitely at least be able to build a bigger one. So, that's fine. So that's Chuntminster's side. And Plupool doesn't currently have anything, so I can put this literally wherever I want. So I'll probably put it out here somewhere, where it's not too terribly busy. And then we'll buy out the land again. Just in case, this prevents them from building. And I'll put in a fake bus. Don't tell them it's fake, they don't need to know that. And a fake mail truck. There, that just gives us much better coverage. Awesome. And we'll take our shiny new Bakewell. And you are Plupool. Plupool to Chuntminster Plain. And the reason I can do that is when you pick passengers, you get passengers and mail. Whereas if you pick mail, you just get mail. So, since it's doing both jobs, we'll call it an X. And that works smashingly well. Right, so your route shall be maintenance, airfield itself, to maintenance and airfield itself. And these can both be optional. Should they be optional? The initial reliability is terrible, but that is only temporary. And it's not that far out. Yeah, we'll make them optional. It's fine. Okay. And let us watch this new plane. This side obviously had very little, but it, as you can see, it's building quickly because this is a very busy city. We'll definitely need more airplanes than that to cover this route, for sure. I want to let it go back and forth a couple of times and get an idea of how it'll be. On this side, because the train's already here, it's going to be a very busy one. Very, very busy. So obviously no trouble getting a full load. No question of that whatsoever. I just don't know how many planes I'm going to need. Clearly quite a few, though. I think with a small airport, you don't really want to go over about 4 or 5, so I think I'll do 5, and then, although I'm going to have another air one coming this way. And Whitbrook's also going to be fairly busy, I think. Yeah, so maybe I'll just do 2 planes each. That's certainly not going to be anywhere near enough, but c'est la vie. Oops, I want the actual depot, so we clone that. And most importantly, we make that a shift go-to, so, or excuse me, a control go-to, so it's now a shared one. Excellent. Okay. Okay, and okay. Right, next stop along the way is that Plupol back to Whitbrook, and at that point, we have completed the connection from, let's take the furthest one here, either Grewbrook or Partingbury, all the way. We'll take the furthest one on this side to Stanport. It's a horrible road. It would take you months, but you can do it, and let's face it, it sure beats walking. So let's get us that last airport up. Oops, airport up here somewhere. This one might be a bit tricky to find a spot for, where it will actually A, count as connected, and B, be flat enough. Oh, that is close enough. And it looks like I can buy out. Well, I can only get 2 of it. So I won't be able to upgrade this very much. But, that's okay. I guess I didn't really need to buy that one. Yeah, and I can't really do much with this because that, I'm pretty sure, the square here, it's really hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure that is in fact built up, so I can't do much with that. So I may not be able to expand this one, or at least not to the same size as all the other ones, because this is not in a good spot. But it is at least connected as part of Whitbrook, and that's what I was after. So, Lakewell. Making sure you are passengers. Yes, you are. So you are Whitbrook. Plupol. Whitbrook. Plupool X. Thank you. Your route is from the hangar to the airfield itself, to the hangar, to the field itself. The hangars are optional. Thank you so much. And for simplicity, I can do that, and that makes them shared immediately. It's so much easier if it's still sitting in the hangar, so say that both of those are good to go, and we'll keep an eye on this flight. Both sides already have stuff waiting because they already had connections before, so it does not take long at all to fill them up, which means the very first trip should already be profitable. And we can get rid of my sign because we just did that. Yeah, this is far too long a trip to have done. I mean, I could have put a train in, but it really is too long. I mean, technically you can go the entire map if you really want to. There's no such thing technically as too long, but when a train would take that long to go, it doesn't seem worth it. That one screamed airport, so that's what we did. And boom, profit. And of course, completely full again, and on its way back. Awesome. Okay, things are looking smashing. What I do want to do is places that are not particularly busy. I want to have a look and see. No, they still hate me. I want to look and see if I can upgrade them yet. No, they're still atrocious. It takes a while for them to catch up to the fact that you are in fact helping their city. They only currently look at it as, you know, you jerks, you completely cut that side of our city off. You know, it was all beautiful nature, and now it's these ugly train tracks. So I understand why they were initially upset. But over time, as people get used to using the trains and it's very convenient for them, then they start to relax about it. But that does take some time. Yeah, this will be super busy. So I probably could stand for some more boats. Probably from the Bindbury side more so than the Bidditch side. So where's the Biddingbury? Biddingbury. No, that's the cargo ship. I need that one. Clone that. And good to go. Awesome. There, that should help a little bit with the congestion here, and a teensy bit of the massive congestion here. No, I don't think I'm ever going to catch up to it, but that's okay. But I do like helping them a little bit at first if I can, so. Because that helps them get to like me so much faster, if I can do that. I wonder if I could plant some trees to help these people like me a bit quicker. Sometimes you can get them to like you, but the other option, of course, is I could bribe them. But I don't like doing that because if it fails, and there's always a chance it fails, you can't do anything with them for a long time. But let's see if building them some trees. Let's build them these shiny, goldy-looking ones. Sometimes, if you give them a huge amount of trees, so I spent 25 grand, and yes, that immediately upped it. Because now they're saying, oh, okay, so this guy's maybe not so bad. Yes, he did a lot of ecological damage, but he clearly cares because he just gave, he paid for a ton of new nature around us. So maybe he's not quite as bad as we thought. He's still a jerk, but not as bad. You know what I mean? And that might be enough for them to let me put in the stops here. Nope, still not. Okay. So very poor is still not quite high enough. That's fine. But it does mean I'm one stage closer to being liked. I think I'll do the same thing over here with these ones, because they also do not like me. And it's not really all that much money in the big scheme of things, so. I mean, 25 grand is, let's face it, we're sitting on 19 million. It's not that big a deal. And it does bump up the rating just a little bit. Like I say, it's not enough yet, but it helps. It certainly helps. Fond Grove. Not trying to plant there, I was trying to click on the actual sign. Thank you. Also does not like me. Go figure. But that is, as I say, and I don't think it actually matters what kind of tree you put. Maybe it does, but I can't imagine it should. That was enough to bump them all the way up to good. Oh, right, they were mostly because I had tried messing around over here with the tracks and all that. So they had a lot of area they were upset about. So they should definitely let me put in stuff now. Should almost assuredly let me do that. Yes, they will. There. Okay, so that means that this station will now start generating a lot more passengers and mail, and therefore be a lot more valuable to me. And the local authority are still happy, because what I did on their roads doesn't obviously make a huge difference in terms of what the city looks like, which is, I'm assuming, what they get mad about. That one's already got stuff, so I don't need to do that. Although I clearly do need to help them. Maybe I'll slap in another train. Maybe that's the easiest way. It is that one. Okay. Beautiful. And off you go. Now, that does mean I'm going to definitely have to add in some extra places for them to sit and wait when things are busy. Doesn't really matter where these are. That will help giving them spots to wait so they don't have to wait all the way back at depot. They can wait part way along the line and therefore not interfere with each other quite so much. That's the theory. And it does so far seem to be mostly working. And I want to leave myself some notes, because we're almost at time control. I was not able to get some of these places to like me enough. So let's just put some signs up. Stops when local authority is okay. Same thing here. We need some road stops when the local authority is okay. And here already has some. So just the two that need attention. Because they're both still unhappy campers. So. But that's okay. They'll get there in time. The station's certainly helping. Do I want to give you $2 to take over your company, which is currently $1 million in debt? Thank you. No. It's a generous offer. You must understand. I'm going to say no, though. So anyway, these guys will eventually start to like me. I think this is one where I also blew up some of their roads, so they're probably a little bit angrier than the other place was, but they will come around in time. I'm not, like I say, I could do the bribe thing. I don't really want to do that because it can wreck stuff. So I think for now I'm just going to let them sit, and that will be good. So, but overall I'd say this was a fantastic episode. We got a plane upgrade, we got a train upgrade, which is awesome, and we finished the connection all the way back through the plains over to here. So now all that stuff has some form of connection, which is just awesome. Yeah, these planes are awesome, are really nice, but they just don't have the capacity. There are obviously better planes later that can carry a lot more, like the proper passenger jets. These are really still just, single prop little small planes. They're probably squeezing pretty hard to fit 30 people and some mail on each one. So, but they will get better. They will get better. So we're at time control. I want to take one super quick look, make sure I didn't miss any pop-ups about planes. I didn't. Actually, I'll check them all. Just do it real quick. Nope, nothing new here. I don't think anything else would have come up because we did get a lot, but just in case something came up and I did not see it. Oh, that's the old one. That's the old one. We are in the process of swapping those over. Oh, yeah, because they're way more expensive. That's why I didn't do it immediately. That's fine. And... oh. So there was one that I missed. So at about the same time as the passenger tram came up, there's also a cargo tram. And again, it's the exact same thing. Faster, only a little bit more capacity, and way, 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 way more cost. So I will set them to do it, but again, I'm definitely not going to rush it. So that'll be a replace them when they need it type. It's a little better here just because the capacity is nearly double. But here, where the capacity is really only going up a tiny bit, like 20%, that's not much. So we will do it, but we'll do it slow. And lastly, the trains. I can't imagine we missed one, but apparently we did. Yeah, I did get pop-ups for that. That's a bit unfortunate. Alright, so again, it's a much heavier train, but it is faster and it is more powerful to carry that weight. Wow, that reliability is terrible. Even here, that's had a few years, isn't that good. I'm going to set this to replace them when they need to, and hope that before that happens, we get a better one. But anyway, folks, we have gone slightly over on time control. Apologies for that. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching today, and I hope you're enjoying the series so far. And until next time, stay calm, and I hope you'll come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.